Hello everybody, welcome to another junk journal process video / junk journal with me. In this video I'm not really documenting anything particular, just having some creative time in my journal. So I think I do 1, 2, 3, 4 and a bit pages in this video. It's a couple of weeks ago I filmed this, so you have to forgive me if I'm a bit hesitant at times if I don't remember what I did. I started off with that card there, which I had started writing for something and kept spelling things wrong and putting the wrong word in there. So I just put it to one side and thought that's going in the junk journal. So I've just glued it in on the other side on 3 sides so I can use it as a pocket on the other side, and so it's a tip in on this side. I added some washi where the join was, just to make that look a bit prettier. Washi again on the other side, and then used some fancy edge scissors. Those were a scalloped edge one that I used just to make the edge look a bit more interesting. And then I'm going to add a bit of a napkin on here. It's just this cute little napkin that's got all the little birds on it, like the blue tit and the chaffinch and stuff. And I wanted to do some creating with some of my own stickers and die cuts from my shop, because it suddenly occurred to me I hadn't actually used any of my own creations in my journal. So as I have my little birds and butterflies collection that has the blue tits and chaffinches and stuff in, I thought that napkin would go very well. So I've just put that in with some Pritt stick, and then I decided I fancied doing a little bit of stenciling. So I just grabbed this stencil, which is the manuscript one by Finnever, and some embellishment mousse in, I think it's Persian red, and just scraped that on. The other page as well, I've grabbed a gelato. I think that's in the colour Buttercream, and I'm just blending that onto the page, wetting my fingers slightly so the colour moves around a little bit more. And I'm not really doing anything in particular apart from just adding a sploosh of colour on there. At the very bottom on that page with the napkin and the stenciling, there was some washi that was from what's on the other side of that page, which was this blue spotty washi, which was just not the aesthetic I was going for this. So I've just covered that up with some bird washi that I have and some other little bits and pieces. The embellishment mousse stenciling does start to come off the napkins. Some of it stayed on, some of it started to crumble off. I don't know why it did in some areas and it didn't in others, but when it did crumble off, it did leave a stain on the napkin of the stenciling, and that looked really nice actually. So maybe I'll on purpose crumble some of it off on the future, because it looks really nice. I'm just adding some bits and pieces to that little tip-in piece there. I've just cut up a doily. I'm adding Distress Oxide in Gathered Twigs, I think it is, that I use for most of these pages, and then just like this sticker, which is just something that the kind of thing you get in my junk journal kits. I've got all my supplies around me, like I've taken them from the table where I do Etsy shop stuff and put them on my creating desk, and I'm just using little bits and pieces. Here I'm using some of the bits and bobs from my shop, and just in case, if you are looking very closely, if you are watching on a very large screen and thinking, those look a little miscut, those stickers and things you're using, and they are. Basically, the ones that are miscut, that are, not good enough to sell, the ones that just, when the silhouette does not behave itself, which is more often than I would like, I keep those ones for myself to use. So on that centre page, I've added some more bits of, I think it's just one book page I use on these pages, just cut in various ways, and using the are they called pinking shears? Are they only called pinking shears when they're the zigzaggy edge? Because I've got all kinds of edging scissors. But anyways, done that on the edges of the book pages, and with the gathered twigs oxide as well. There was a bit of this adhesive material which was just in my scraps box, I'm not wording very well today, that I added as well. And then I really wanted to include some of the die cuts from that birds and butterflies collection. So I got the robin. He was very miscut, so I had to do some fussy cutting tricks around his feet in particular. And then also again with the oxide, just really covering up where the silhouette had misbehaved itself. And then I just layered that with a doily and some washi. And then on the center area, I just wanted to add a little bit of space for journaling. So I've just got this little paper ephemera piece, which is from, you see that little bit of orange sticking out there on the right, that's my ephemera box that I'm using currently. So again, I just cut that in half and then went round the edges, and then I'm also adding what's left on the blending tool of that Distress Oxide just on the front of that card, because I love the pattern on it, don't get me wrong, it's so beautiful, but the colour against what I'd done on the rest of this little spread just didn't match at all. So just using, as I said, what was left on the blending tool of the Gathered Twigs Oxide just to tone it down a bit, make it look a little bit more vintagey and older and stuff. And oh look, I'm already on the next page. I will go back and show you the pages again at the end as well, so just in case you're going, hang on, I didn't see that properly, we'll go back. So as I said, the way I'd stuck down the other half of the card was tape on 3 sides, so I could use it like a little pocket as so. Just added some adhesive lace at the bottom and the side, and then I wanted to add something at the front of the pocket as well, not just leave it blank. So that little card from another one of my boxes of random ephemera, that's from one I think that people have sent me, adding just a couple of stickers like this vellum sticker with the foiled flower, and there's like a little postage stamp one, again around the edges, just a little cluster of pretty things, and I'm going to pop that on the front. The feather that's in the pocket, I just, again, random thing that was found lying around. And then what I am doing throughout this journal is putting verses of my favourite poem. Just in case you're wondering, my favourite poem is The Mask of Anarchy by Percy Shelley, and I think it's 36 or 38 verses it has, and I've just been putting them in here totally at random. I might not fit the whole lot in here because I've been doing it every few pages or so, so we'll see. But sometimes you just can't think of something you want to write, so putting in something like that, you know, you've got that nice handwritten element, but you haven't had to think about it too hard. When I was doing journaling just there on that little thing that says postcard as well, that was just about that little collection I designed, just did some journaling about that. And then I thought I was finished, but then I decided just to do something on this page as well. I think that paper that is from We Are Memory Keepers typecast paper pad. It's just so pretty with the pink stripes and the black and white florals. So I kind of enhanced the black and white florals by adding some black and white stickers onto there, and then finishing off that's with one of the little ephemera pieces from one of my printables collections. And then again, I didn't know what to journal, so I had saved some of the cafe analog journaling prompts for May and June, and I'm not doing them in order, I'm just picking them at random. And one that I chose for this was something like, do you like your name? So I was going to do that, and I thought I'd start by a definition of my name or my name meaning, but once I'd done that, it kind of took up the whole space anyway, so I just left it at that. So I did Grace and the meaning of that, and then I thought, let's just put in the middle name because I've got a little bit more room to fill that in, so I've done Elizabeth as well, because that is my middle name. The pen I'm using there is my new favourite pen, that is the Lamy, I keep saying it wrong, the mint pastel. They're 2019 special edition pastels. I got the mint, but I also really want the blue and the pink as well because they are so pretty. And that's in the super fine nib, by the way, just in case you were wondering how that writing is so scratchy and small. It's because it's the super fine nib. And then I just finished off. I felt like I needed to do something else. I wasn't quite finished, so I've just done a tiny bit of decoration on this white page, a little bit of washi, one of these vintage playing cards, and then I'm going to put this little scrap of doily that I had left over from that one doily I used for the other spread, popped that down on there, and then I think I'm just going to plop this little stamp sticker just like that, and then just add some oxide in ice spruce just around the edges there, that nice grey tone. And that, I believe, are the pages I did for this video. So there we go. Thank you so much as always for watching. I will leave relevant links in the description box below to products I've used, stuff from my shop that I've used, etc, etc. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, chat to me in the comments, and yeah, I am done. I am going. Thanks again. Bye bye.